Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Woo! Woo! Alright? Alright, we're going to have different movements, so you got to follow the movements. Let's see. I got to think what the movements are. It's been a long time. And like it says in your room, life is sometimes about mistakes. Okay. Just singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Woo! Woo! Knees bent. Just singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Knees together. Knees bent, knees together. Just singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Knees bent, knees together, elbows out. Just singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Knees bent. And then you say it back, knees bent.
Knees bent.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Elbows out.
Elbows out.
Head back.
Head back.
Just singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Woo! Woo! Knees bent.
Knees bent.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Elbows out.
Elbows out.
Head back.
Head back.
Now we're going to catch the raindrops. Tongues out.
Hands out.
To introduce a friend of mine who's helping me. Do you go by Mrs. Bindle or Diane?
I told him I was Mrs. Bindle. Call me Diane, that's okay too. I'm kind of new with this outdoor adventure club. This is really fun, but I'm sorry it's raining, but we'll make the best of it.
They go stand in a circle.
Oh, I'm freezing.
You want me to do another one or do you have one? Okay, we need to make this, take one step in. Oh, that was like 16. You need a circle here. Need a circle. And you need to be close to each other. You come on in. You come on in. You come on over so you're closer.
Oh, God.
And come on in here. Come on in. And we can have the adults in too. Anybody? Make room. Make room for down here. Okay. All right. What grade are you guys in? Fifth? What? First grade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, I'm hesitant to do this, but here's why I'm going to do it, because when I first came in here and I started talking, you guys were quiet right away. So I knew that this was a cooperative group and that you would follow directions and not get wild and crazy with this song, okay? Raise your hand if you're not going to get wild and crazy. Okay, good. Because it's a weird one. Okay. My mama gave me a penny. She told me to buy a penny. But I didn't buy that penny. Instead, I bought bubble gum. here's the part. And then you go like this. First you go ba-room, and hit the person next to you gently with your hip. Ba-room, bubble gum. Then you go the other way. Ba-room, bubble gum. Got it?
Yes.
My mama gave me a nickel. She told me to buy a pickle. But I didn't buy a pickle. Instead, I bought bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. My mama gave me a, what was next? A dime. Gave me a dime. She told me to buy a lime. But I didn't buy that lime. Instead, I bought bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter. My mama gave me a quarter. She told me to buy a recorder. I didn't buy that recorder. Instead, I bought ba-room, bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter. $50. My mama gave me a half. She told me to buy a calf. Did I buy the calf?
No.
But I didn't buy that calf. Instead, I bought ba-room, bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. Oh my gosh. Now, penny, nickel, dime, quarter, half, dollar. My mama gave me $1. She told me to buy a collar. Did I do it?
No.
Instead, I bought ba-room, bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum.
What about 50 cents?
That was the half. My mama gave me a 5. She told me to stay alive. But I didn't stay alive. I choked on my bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. Ba-room, bubble gum. And that's all. 50 cents on the...
So when I say take 2 steps, what do you do?
No.
But if I say, Simon says take 2 steps, you can take 2 steps, right? Simon says take 1 step. Simon says turn around. Turn around. Oops. Who's out? Let's try again. So listen again. So when I say, Simon says, you do what I say. If I say, turn around. Nobody will really out, but okay. Okay, Simon says take 1 giant step forward. Simon says take a baby step forward. Simon says back up 1 step. Walk forward 3 steps.
No. You're up.
You got yourselves, okay. All right. Simon says do a washing machine step. That's like this. All right. Sit down.
Oh no.
Just do that and sit down. Simon says walk backwards 1 step. Simon says jump once. Jump 3 times.
You guys like to pretend? I hope you do. You gotta pretend in this one. So I'm gonna sing about an animal, and you have to pretend you are that animal. So you're gonna be moving around, but don't bump into the walls and don't bump into each other. All right, so here's the first one. Oh, I wish I were an elephant, an elephant, an elephant. I wish I were an elephant, and this is what I do. I don't hear any elephant noises. Something that doesn't involve crawling on the floor. Yes? I wish I were a horse, a horse. All right, horses. A couple more, let's see. Back here. A what?
Guinea pig.
A guinea pig. Ooh, that's a tough one. Well, let's see what you do. I wish I were a guinea pig. A guinea pig. All right, guinea pig. Now, one more. One last one. Yes. A frog?
Fly.
A fly. A house fly? I wish I were a house fly, a house fly, a house fly. Wish I were a
Where's Golden?
Oh, you know what? Land on, don't you? Oh, yeah! All right, house fly, stop. No running, no running, no running.
Okay, he's in the middle. And then first, if you come out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so stay in
The
the
goose
center.
egg.
So stay in the middle.
No running.
You didn't get him, so he gets to stay there. Well, Min is still in the middle, so now you go. You're the doctor. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Now back in the circle again. Back in the circle. Let's do it in a minute. Okay. This game is really a hard game to do because you need to look at people and you cannot cheat. It's an easy game to cheat in, but I don't want you to cheat in your game. So this game is called Shark Attack. So I'm going to go around and you're going to hold out your hand, and when I come by, I'll touch your hand and you close your hand. If you end up with the nickel in your hand, you are the shark. And here's what you do, and only you do this. You wink at people. So we're going to be walking around. Let's say I got the shark, and you're looking at me, and I wink at you. Did you see me wink at you? Then we do that. The shark has attacked you, and then you go against the wall. Okay? No, but you don't have to do that now. But see, you could say, oh, I didn't see him. Is that true then? No, because if you were looking right at me, you saw me. And then you go over there. And then I come along and I wink. Oh, were you looking at me? I winked at you, you saw me. You go over there. You've been eaten by the shark. Finally, when somebody knows or thinks you know who the shark is, then you raise your hand and I'll call on you. If you get it right, then the game is over and you win. If you get it wrong, you get eaten by the shark.
No! No, I don't want to eat it.
Anybody have any questions?
No!
Yes.
What if you were gone? Looking at the shark at the surface and not looking at it?
Oh, see, that's another way that you can cheat by keeping your head down. No, that's not the game then. You keep looking at people. You're always looking at people. That's part of the game. So you don't put your head down and walk around like that. Because then you won't have any idea who the shark might be, but you're also risking getting attacked by the great white megalodon shark. Any other questions? Okay, close your eyes and put your hand out. When I come around, I'll touch your hand. You close it right away. Close it right away, close it right away. Close it, that's it.
You're pretending you got quarters. Don't tell anybody. You do that or you don't.
Close them.
Close your hand.
Once I touch your hand, close it.
Then you got it. Pretend. Pretend. And one person's not pretending.
Okay. Don't tell anybody if you've got the nickel. Everybody just walk around now. Keep your eyes open. Open your eyes and look at each other and just walk around. You can walk all around here. Oh, and the shark has to walk around too and wink at people. If you've been winked at, only the shark winks. Only the shark winks. No, you're not the shark. You don't wink at people. You're not the shark.
If you do not have the nickel, you are not winking at people, you are not the shark.
You look at
It's the only one choice.
Chloe.
It's the only one.
there's only one shark. The shark has wings, but nobody's been. Oh, no, that's a memory. Oh, yeah! Oh, great. The shark is eating. I know the shark is eating. you that might know, raise your hand. Who do you think? You think it's you? Who do you think it is? You've been eating well. Yes! We've got the shark killer! Alright, next we'll start putting it. Back in the circle. Alright, you got the idea now. Only the shark is the winker. And you got to be looking at people, except right now. Now you've got your eyes closed. When I touch your hand, close it. Close it. Close it.
Close your hand.
Close it.
All right, close your hand.
Close it. Close it. All right, open your eyes and walk around.
Oh, I know who it was.
Data, you ready?
Think you know? Who? Who?
You ready?
Nope, you've been eating. What do you think? Jim? You've been eating. What do you think? Which one's Hayden? This guy? You win. Eric, you're out. Joe, one more.
Are you ready? Okay.
gotten out of the rain at Devil's Lake, and we've come back to the Hartje Center. Right now their assignment is to find something interesting, and then we're going to have show and tell.
What's this? It looks like a knife.
Whoa, is that the thing you're going to bring? All right, we'll find out about it then. And some people are still eating. So they can pick out anything from any of these tables here and bring it to the other room for show and tell.
What is this?
And they can either tell about it or they can ask about it.
Where is this from?
Well, you could bring that to show and tell and ask about it. Some of their natural curiosity is taking hold here. We really don't have a good setup of microscope or macroscopes here. We don't have good lighting, but it sure is something we could use here. They are always looking at things and exploring. Is that what you're going to bring? Cool.
What's the edges with me?
It says you can become a rock star if you learn about rocks. You can become a rock star. And then if you go underneath here, you might see things that live underwater. Listening for the ocean.
You want to take that one?
Well, you gonna bring it? You might, well, not keep it. Here we have this table with all kinds of heads
This?
and skulls.
Not.
What do you think that is?
I'm pretty sure it is a manchurican skull. Manchurican, this is the turtle.
Well, you could bring that in for the show and tell.
I think it's going to be heavy.
Here's an interesting one. A wild boar skull.
Let's see that.
And some snake skins, snake skeletons. These folks have something there, and they're ready to show. Ready to show and tell. We are excited about finding something new. Are you going to tell us about it, or do you want to know about it? Know about it, okay. Let's keep holding it up higher. So What do you think this is?
Seashell and
A what shell?
seashell.
A seashell.
Not a wood shell.
Yes. Do you think it's freshwater or saltwater?
Saltwater.
Saltwater. But I'm going to call on people who raise their hands. Yes, the saltwater. And this one, I forget if it's I think it might be a two-shell kind of seashell. It would have a second one here, and then would close up. So that's just one kind of many seashells. Thank you.
Well, maybe it's a little.
Now let's see, now I'm going to have a boy.
It's a she-sail.
So you're going to tell about it. It's a seashell, right? From freshwater or saltwater? Saltwater. This is a saltwater snail.
It's a snail?
It is. It looks similar to our freshwater snails, and the snail would be inside there. And you know how we grow, we get bigger, and we pretty much stay the same, we change a little bit. But when a snail grows, it grows more shell. And then the living part is on the inside. And the same with the seashell too. It's a different kind, but it grows the same. Thank you. Let's see, a girl.
It has a hole in it. It has a hole in it.
And what is that?
A boat.
You want to know about it now? Is that, you're not going to tell about it, you want to know about it? Okay, let's see. Oh, look at, it's not only a big shell here, but it's got these little shells on it. These are called little barnacles. And I just forget the name of this whole thing here. Anybody know the name? Yeah.
The seashell.
It is. It's an ocean shell again, but it's the kind of thing that attaches to seawalls and sometimes to big animals like whales too. It doesn't have a second one. It just is this kind of thing, and then it clamps onto things. And these little ones, there would be little living things inside these barnacles. Okay, thank you. Let's see, boy. You gonna tell about it, or you wanna know about it? Who's got an idea what you think this might be? What?
Sword shell.
A what?
A sword shell.
Sword shell.
Oh, a sword shell. This is not a shell. Yeah.
A deer horn.
It's getting close, I'm gonna tell you. See the holes here?
Yeah.
It's a swordfish.
So this is part of a backbone. And it's a backbone of an animal that has a big hump on his back.
It's animal.
And a horn, not an antler, a horn, and he's real muscular and furry.
A bull. A gorilla. A bull.
And a great big flat entrance. What?
A moose.
A moose. This is a backbone from a moose. Cool. All right, girl. Oh. What do you think that is? You're going to tell us, or you want to know? You want to know. What do you think it is?
Alligator skull.
You know, I don't know the difference between an alligator and a caiman. Caimans are kind of like an alligator, and they're generally smaller, but it's either an alligator or a caiman. And is it a a carnivore, that means it eats meat, or is it an herbivore that eats plants? Which one is this? Yeah.
Meat.
Meat. It's got sharp teeth. It grabs on and it holds. And it eats other fish, maybe, other little animals. Nice. Thank you. Now, boys, turn right here. If you've got a head or a jaw that's similar, bring it up. So bring yours up too.
Percy. Jason, you had a big head.
And you've got a big jaw, bring yours up. Yeah, bring yours up.
Be careful.
These are big snakes. Here, you guys hold them up. Hi.
Am I gonna disturb you if I'm mowing back here?
No. You don't know how to fix the heater though, do you? It was blowing cold air.
Yeah, I'll probably have to have a maintenance guy. I'll let him.
I believe are from the same kind of an animal. And what animal might that be? Let's see, what do you think? What? A foal? It's a horse? Well, they've got these not antlers.
Cow.
A cow. I'm thinking they're all from cows. And big eye sockets. And here, hold yours up again. The back, the underside. Look at the teeth. And then there's no teeth up in front here. So are cows meat eaters or plant eaters? They're plant eaters. And you've got a bottom jaw. Now the bottom jaw has got some holes down at the very tip down there. So even though there's a big space up here where there's no teeth, there's little teeth down in front here. Not on this one, they fell out. But he would fit in here, something like this. And he'd be chewing on the hay or the grass or the bushes. These are big molars.
What about this?
The same here, it would fit underneath here.
It's also a boulder?
Molar to molar, yeah, they'd be grinding. So, and how about right back here in this opening, what would we find in there? What do you think? This is right underneath the head.
The neck.
His neck would be right here, and then inside in here, what would we find inside? Yeah.
Your brain.
The brain. That's where his brain would be. All right, thank you guys. You guys can all sit down. Let's see. We mostly had boys, so I think it's the girls' turn. Oh, you bring this. This almost looks like it could have been one of those, except it's so big. What kind of an animal might have a horn like this? Not an antler, a horn. Yeah. What could it be?
A boulder.
A what?
A boulder.
A bull?
A bullhead?
Boulder.
A bull. He needs a bull.
A bull. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. But this is a nice one. Okay, thank you. Oh, and maybe if we cut it off here, it would be at one. Let's see. Tell us about it or ask about it? Okay. So this is heavy and it's very hard. So, and it's kind of not quite clear. and it's kind of got a pink color to it. You think you know what it is?
Part of a crystal.
Yeah. I think it's quartz, rose quartz. And quartz is a real common element around in the world here. You'll find a lot of quartz, but rose quartz is it's a little more special, and it's a very hard rock. You know, there's a scale that measures rocks, real soft rocks like talc, you could take it and crush it, and sandstone is pretty soft, but this is really hard. Thank you.
Quartz is at Devil's Lake, isn't it? Isn't that what a lot of the rock is there?
Yeah, variable quartzite. Yeah. Yes, I told you you'd be next. You sure you got something? Oh my gosh, they're little. Hold them up so everybody sees.
What is it?
They are, they're very tiny.
A seashell.
Yes, these are more seashells, probably from the ocean again, I think, and just another different kind of snail. There's such a nice variety of snails in the ocean. Thank you.
Hey, drop one. Real.
Aiden.
Oh. A snake. It's a snake.
You going to tell us about it, or you want to ask about it?
Ask about it.
Well, I don't know if this is a real one. It says Javan water snake.
Water snake is
So maybe at one time it was real. It pretty much looks real. But it doesn't look like it was a snake from around here. I don't know if we've got any this big around here, yeah.
It must have dried out.
It's what?
It must have dried out.
Yeah. And it's got little beady eyes, and it says it's a water snake. Javan water snake. That to me means that it came from somewhere else. We have water snakes around here, but they're not nearly this big. And
If you have a question, raise your
a
hand.
lot of our snakes around here are pretty mild-mannered, like the garter snake is pretty gentle usually, but the water snakes, they're tough. You try to catch them and they'll bite you. And you'll think, oh, that didn't hurt. And then you'll look at it and it'll be bleeding because their jaws are so sharp. It cuts the skin. Question? Yeah.
A poison snake.
I don't know. I don't know much about that kind of snake at all. Yeah.
One time I saw one snake and jumping at me.
You saw a snake?
Oh, I saw one snake.
A water snake? Yeah, they're kind of neat to see. It's amazing to see them swim. You're going to tell us about it? You're going to ask about it? Oh, okay. Great. So we've got two different kinds of turtle shells here. This one, they're both from around here. This one is kind of, maybe not in danger, but kind of rare. It's called a Blandings turtle.
Whoa.
And it does live in the water, but it also crawls on the land sometimes. And you can tell the difference between this one and many of the other turtles around here because of the colors and the shape. It's a big dome shape. What were you going to say?
Emerald is much bigger than lions.
Right, this is about as big as this one gets. This one, sometimes they might get a little bit bigger, but this is a pretty big one. This is a snapping turtle.
I saw big. Oh, my dad was a snapping turtle.
The baby snapping turtles are only about this big, and they're so cute, and they look like little baby dinosaurs. But this is a big one, and as you can see, this is the backbone. It's connected to the shell.
That's fine.
So That means it can never crawl out of its shell. Its shell is part of it. It can't leave it. Yeah.
I have a snapping turtle at my little playset.
A real live one? How big is it?
Tiny, my daddy.
Tiny?
It was that little thing set.
Yeah.
My mom feeded one at the zoo.
Yeah, sometimes they're at the zoos. They're pretty common. We see them at Mirror Lake and Devil's Lake. Yeah.
I've been in the pond before.
Yeah?
And I saw one.
Yes.
My dad was fighting a snapping turtle and my dad won. It was a baby one he was fighting and it was really dangerous and he won.
Your dad is tough.
Yeah.
Then I got bit by him.
Well, you don't want to get bit by one that this big.
That
'Cause it could probably take your finger off.
You could probably take your whole
Thank you.
hand off.
This thing looks like a weapon from a movie from about Vikings. It's from a sawfish. It's his nose. And they're not sure what he really uses it for. They think maybe for digging in the bottom of the lake, you know, trying to find clams. Maybe as a protection, it certainly would be good for that, yeah? Yes?
That kind of looks like a swordfish thing.
The swordfish has a smooth one, a smooth pointed one. Yeah,
And it kind of looks like a big centipede.
it does. All these little things crawling.
I saw
Yeah.
a centipede one. It's almost like a sword shark.
Looks like a what?
Sword shark.
Yeah, I'm a sawfish. Isn't it strange that there's things like this, living things like this? The great variety of all kinds of living things.
Kimberly.
Who hasn't had a turn yet? Everybody have a turn? No, you didn't have a turn yet. Ask about it or tell about it? Okay, so what is this? A seashell. Remember all the little ones we had? Little snails? Yeah? Oh, I wish I could remember that. I can't remember it. Maybe I will. So sometimes the ocean snails get to be huge. And some of the clams are at least this big. Some are bigger than that. And again, just like with the little snails, the living part is in here. And sometimes, let's see, what's the name of that crab that sometimes will pull into a snail?
Hermit.
You know the name of the crab? You know it?
A red crab.
A what crab?
A red.
A red one? Well, it might be red. I don't know if that's its name. But sometimes a certain kind of crab will find an abandoned snail shell. And so he'll crawl into it, and then you'll see his little legs using this as its home. But that's not the original one. The original one is a snail in here. Yes?
A lobster can go in there.
Well, they might. I don't know.
And water snakes.
Yeah. Lobsters are other critters that look like crayfish in freshwater. Yes?
One person didn't have a turn.
Oh, take your hand away from your mouth. What?
One person didn't have a turn yet.
I still don't get it.
One person didn't turn yet.
Take this one.
You want to know about it? This one is definitely a two-shell kind of critter. And this one, in restaurants, they call it scallops. So So it's like a clam, but it's called a scallop. And it's got a muscle right in here, kind of like a tube, a little tube that holds both of these together, and it'll move back and forth like this. But then people will catch these and serve them in restaurants, and that's where a scallop would come from, the restaurants, when somebody orders scallops from this kind of shell. Is that it? All those pine trees over there, we're going to go over there and see if we can find some step down.
All the way over there. That's the last one. To break it. Why do I get it?
Out here?
There's one. There's one.
One big left all around the edge.
4 times that.
I do not like seafood. Oh my God. Yes. Wait. Turkey track.
Let's see how you want me to clear that.
Raise your hand if you've been doing a good job of following directions. Nice call. All right. These little strips have been warm up.
Are you having a race?
These things are called balls. So, well, I'm going to tell you. back when this leaf was nice and green and soft and juicy, some animal laid a little egg on there, some kind of a fly. And when the eggs, this is a little bigger and a little different kind of bug. So when the egg hatched, it crawled into the leaf. And the leaf was very thin. The bug was even thinner. And then it's like when you get a mosquito bite, it forms a little bump. So when the critter crawled into the leaf grew around it like that. And so if we'd open that up, we might find a little bitty maggot maybe, or a little bitty larva. And that's what's called a gall. And sometimes they're bigger. Sometimes the little larva is even bigger.
Where are we going? Are you up in the lake?
No.
I've done that before. Do you know what you put on the pine cone?
No.
Peanut butter. We're gonna put peanut butter on our pine cones, and then we're gonna. It's not for us to eat, it's for the birds or the squirrels. And then we're gonna dip them into bird seed, and then you guys can take them home and hang them from a tree at your house. Everyone gets to take a bird feeder home.
My brother got one.
You drop your thing there. So I am going to get this stuff off the bus. We're gonna have 4 people at a time do this. Do you have an activity the rest of them could do well?
Sorry.
No?
Oh, I got an idea.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the stuff off the bus first.
I got an idea. They're going to go inside and
Spread peanut butter on toast before?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what you're doing.
Oh, I dropped the peanut butter.
I don't know if there's a trick to it or not. Oh, I should probably tie the sticks or string on first, huh?
This kind looks like...
Don't eat it all first, you know.
Try it.
We've learned an old-time toy game. Keeping the rim going with a stick in the early 1900s.
I did it for a little longer.
Some of them are really getting the hang of it.
Afterwards for Sheila.
I just presented them with a challenge to get it all the way to the end and back.
My stick's gonna be burned. Ow!
Can they have 2 marshmallows?
I'm sorry?
Can they have 2 marshmallows?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Miss Haley, they can have 2.
Ow! I'm gonna have mine up here.